What if? What if the greatest answers actually lie in the most impossible places? And finding them means leaving, well, pretty much everything you know behind.
That's a powerful idea. It runs through so much storytelling, doesn't it? Ancient myths, definitely modern sci-fi.
Exactly. And it absolutely defines the journey we're going to explore today. Welcome, everyone. You are actually experiencing something a bit unique today.
Yeah, this is a two-host AI conversation, and it's powered by Google's NotebookLM.
Right. Designed to give you deeper, maybe more dynamic book summaries.
And our mission today is to dive into Brandon Sanderson's science fiction novel, Cytonic.
Which is number 3 in his amazing Skyward series. We're aiming to explore its world, the characters, the big ideas. But, and this is important, we're going to do it without giving away any major plot resolutions or those critical twists. No spoilers.
Absolutely. And it's fascinating how Cytonic just throws you right in, into this world defined by huge risk and this really deep search for self-discovery. It's not just about, physical danger. It's a challenge to her whole understanding of reality. It makes you wonder, what drives someone to do that, to just leap into the complete unknown?
That's a great question. And to get it, we have to start with Spensa Nightshade, our protagonist. If you know the Skyward series, you know she's this incredibly determined starfighter pilot.
Right, from detritus.
Yeah, this human enclave detritus, constantly under siege, basically. Her people are just trying to survive.
Hanging on by a thread, really.
Totally. And Spensa's already shown her bravery. But here, in Cytonic, she makes this almost unbelievable choice. She decides to go into this mysterious, metaphysical dimension called the nowhere.
Just imagine the guts that takes, stepping out of everything familiar.
And it's something beyond understanding.
And the nowhere itself. It's not just empty space, is it? It's described as surreal and really dangerous, made up of these, isolated fragments of reality, broken pieces where physics is. Well, optional, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
And time is all warped. It speeds up, slows down. Just navigating it must be incredibly disorienting.
Definitely.
It's this realm that just breaks all the rules, which makes it a source of potentially immense power, but also huge danger.
And what's in these fragments?
Well, you find weird stuff. Hidden pirate bases, apparently. Other Cytonic explorers, people like Spensa, who've dared to go in. And the really scary part, the Delvers, these ancient, monstrous alien things.
That sound terrifying. Not just creatures, but a fundamental threat.
Exactly. And this nowhere, it's not isolated, right? It connects to the bigger picture.
The Cytoverse, as it's called. This wider universe with scattered human settlements, alien groups.
And the superiority, the big galactic government, often pretty oppressive.
Right. And humanity's kind of on the outer edge, aren't they? Isolated, viewed with suspicion.
Yeah, facing prejudice. A lot of that comes from losing the human wars, this big conflict that left them scattered and distrusted.
So that history, the wars, their isolation, it's not just background.
Oh, no, it's crucial. It fuels Spensa's drive, the desperation, the high stakes. It's why she needs to find answers.
Okay, so within this universe, we have these cytonic powers. Psionic abilities.
Yep, unique psionic abilities. And they're not just, cool tricks. They're essential for travel between stars, for communication over vast distances, defense. You need them to function in this galaxy.
And their origin is tied into the nowhere somehow.
That's the big mystery the book starts to unravel. Where do they come from? How do they link to the nowhere itself? It becomes central to Spensa finding out who she really is.
So the journey kicks off. Spensa enters the nowhere, and right away, something poignant happens.
Yeah, she gets separated from Doomslug, her loyal companion, which is tough.
Oh, yeah. But she's got Mbot, right? The AI.
She does. Her intelligent AI, Mbot, is with her. And he's such a great character. Witty, but also kind of evolving.
Adds a lot. And then she meets someone.
Almost immediately, yeah. Chet Starfinder. He's this human cytonic explorer, kind of enigmatic.
Okay.
And he becomes her guide, essentially, which she definitely needs in a place like the nowhere, where the rules are constantly changing.
So the experienced guide and the determined newcomer sets a dynamic.
Exactly. And the challenges Spensa faces are huge. Navigating these shifting reality fragments, dealing with aliens, weird physics.
And there are markings. Portals.
Cryptic markings, portals, yeah. Clues scattered everywhere about the nowhere secrets. It's a puzzle she has to solve while trying to survive.
And Mbot and Chet help her make sense of it.
Definitely. Mbot has the data, the logic. Chet has the street smarts of the nowhere. They help her grasp the mechanics, the basics of cytonic power origins. It's interesting how the answers seem embedded in the very danger she's facing.
Right. And it's not just her internal journey or what's right there with her. She can still reach out.
That's one of the really cool parts. Her cytonic abilities let her connect, somehow, with Jorgen, her friend back on detritus.
Wow, across dimensions.
Kind of. It's like a psychic link. And through that, she finds out he's developing powers, too.
No way.
Yeah, he talks to her in dreams while he's fighting Delvers back home. It creates this amazing parallel story.
So they're both fighting for survival, just in completely different realities.
Exactly. Connected by this bond. It shows that even when you're totally isolated, those connections matter. They can even give you strength.
That's powerful. It really ramps up the stakes on both ends.
It does, and Spensa's main goal becomes traversing this thing called the Path of Elders.
An ancient route through the nowhere.
Supposedly. Very dangerous. She's trying to follow it, dodge enemies, solve its puzzles, and, find a way home.
But she's also learning more about Cytonics.
Big time. She starts uncovering their true nature, that they aren't just abilities, but maybe beings formed when the nowhere sort of leaks into normal space.
Whoa. Okay, that changes things.
Fundamentally, it changes how she sees her powers, herself, her whole place in the universe. It's a massive identity shift.
And what about the people around her? Mbot, Chet.
Yeah, the relationships get deeper, more complex. We learn more about their histories, what drives them. Mbot's origin story comes out, which is a pretty big deal.
Oh, interesting.
And Chet, well, without giving anything away, he makes a significant sacrifice at one point. It's a really emotional moment, and it definitely impacts Spensa's journey, her understanding of what's at stake, what people will give up.
Right. And all this time, the threat from the Delvers is growing?
Constantly escalating. They're the big, ancient monsters looming over everything. So Spensa's facing intense battles, making really tough choices, facing her own fears, too.
The whole story sounds like it's built around her risking everything.
Pretty much. Risking it all to solve the mystery of her powers, which she hopes will save her world from being wiped out. Her decisions, who she trusts, who she fights, it all shapes what happens.
But we don't find out the ultimate outcome here.
Nope, keeps the suspense high. It's about the journey, the courage she finds along the way. Not just fighting courage, but understanding, too.
Talking about these deep themes, courage, self-discovery, it actually reminds me of what we try to foster over on Mindful Moments.
Ah, the YouTube channel.
Yeah, our YouTube channel. We do AI book analysis there, too. Trying to inspire that kind of reflection, getting you thinking rationally about the deeper stuff in stories like this one.
That's a good connection.
So, okay, let's talk about how the story is told. The style is first person, right? From Spensa's view.
Yeah, all Spensa's perspective, which really throws you into her experience, especially the confusion and wonder of the nowhere.
And it's structured in sections.
5 distinct parts. And Sanderson balances the fast-paced action with quieter moments of character stuff really well.
And the weird time in the nowhere must affect the feel of it.
Totally. It creates this surreal, dreamlike quality sometimes. The writing itself is very conversational, energetic, lots of dialogue.
And humor. You mentioned Mbot.
Oh, yeah, tons of humor. Mbot's dry wit, some of the quirky aliens she meets, it lightens things up.
And because the nowhere is so fragmented, you get flashbacks, dreams.
Exactly. Nonlinear bits, memories surfacing. It shapes the narrative flow, making you piece things together alongside Spensa.
So the way it's told really fits the world.
Absolutely. And these narrative choices, they help build the world too. Like specific objects become important.
Yeah, like what?
Things like cytonic energy detectors, helping perceive stuff you normally couldn't, or reality ashes, remnants of broken worlds that might hold clues or power.
Wow.
And Delver tech, which is just alien and scary. Plus, key locations aren't just backdrops. The shifting fragments, pirate bases, detritus back home, alien territories, they all feel alive.
And there are specific customs. Training.
Cytonic training methods, DDF pilot rules that show the human military side, different ways species communicate using cytonics, it's detailed.
And the history. We talked about the human wars. The superiority that underpins everything.
Provides that crucial context for why everything is so precarious, why humanity is struggling so hard.
So when you boil it all down, what are the core themes Cytonic is exploring?
Well, courage is huge. Not just fighting, but facing the unknown, questioning your reality.
Exploration, obviously. Pushing boundaries.
Definitely. And identity. Who is Spensa? What do her powers mean? Where does she fit? That's central.
Friendship and teamwork seem important too, even in isolation.
Very much so. The need for connection, even when it's complicated. And personal sacrifice, what are you willing to give up?
And overall, just that struggle for truth, for self-discovery in these really hostile, surreal places.
Yeah, confronting prejudice, finding your own way when the universe seems stacked against you.
It makes you think, how do those themes hit us? Confronting the unknown in our own lives.
It's a good point. The book pushes characters to question assumptions, look deeper, consider different views. It feels like it's saying knowledge isn't just data, it's about understanding, thinking critically.
Which is essential when you're drowning in information, kind of like Spensa in the Nowhere's fragments.
Right. Truth isn't always simple. Sometimes the best answers come from the messy, chaotic places.
So how was the book received? Did people like it?
Oh yeah, big commercial success. Sanderson has a huge following, of course, but it got really positive reviews too.
For what specifically?
The inventive world building, definitely. The character development, people really connect with Spensa. And the plot, exciting, fast-paced.
Keeps you reading.
Exactly. It's widely recommended, especially for YA and sci-fi fans. Really cemented Sanderson's reputation for these big, intricate, engaging stories.
So while maybe no major awards are mentioned in the summaries we looked at, it's seen as a pretty significant book in the genre.
For sure. Its success shows how well it creates that immersive experience. Entertaining, yes, but also makes you think about those big themes: courage, identity, truth.
It really shows how sci-fi can be a great way to explore deep human questions. Well, that brings us towards the end of our conversation on Cytonic. Hopefully you feel a bit more informed, maybe a lot more curious about this wild universe.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
And remember, for more deep dives into complex ideas, stories like this one, more AI book analysis, you can check out Mindful Moments and our podcasts.
Good places to continue exploring.
So click the link on screen if you want the in-depth book critique, and please subscribe, share, maybe purchase the book via the link if you're interested, and always try to think rationally.
Good advice.
And maybe leave you with this thought. In a universe defined by fragments and the unknown, how do you discover who you truly are? And what kind of courage does it take to actually forge your own path?